As I stand here, colleagues, I'm not going to speak to us about the tools of AI because you have them. You have Gemini. I hope in this room there's no one who has a SIM card holder. You know, SIM card holder, those two small phones, they call them likamwizi. Well, those ones can't entertain the AI tools. So I want to believe that there are no people with SIM card holders in the room. And so it means you ever have a gadget, a smartphone, and if you have the latest, they always prompt you with Gemini, isn't it? Cloud, all these, they prompt you. And as I look at a number of you, apart from those who are some of our age bracket, you spend a lot of time on TikTok. And I'm sure you've seen on TikTok, there are people who now even tell you that we have lessons to learn on AI. You only pay $20. Have you seen those? And they even give you a lesson plan so that you get into AI. And as our chief guest rightly said, and I think the vice president, AI did not start yesterday. Actually, AI is 70 years. But if you go back, actually 70 years from the time it started being known as AI, artificial intelligence, which means before that it still existed. If you read the Bible, if you're a good Bible student, which I'm not, you will find that Moses, Abraham was being told to put some markings somewhere. Those were the rudimentary AI things. Look, read the Quran, all these books. You will see traces of AI all over. So AI has been with us. But we started proper academic discourse around AI sometimes in 1950. That's when they even introduced courses in the universities. Of course, we never used to hear those things being this side of the world. And so AI has been with us. And so I'm not going to speak to us about cloud, I don't know, ChatGPT. I'm not speaking to, because I'm not promoting any of those tools. Those are businessmen and women who are promoting their business. And so we are not talking about that. We are not talking about the technology. But what has been said is we are in an era, a time that we must take off. Because if we don't take off as lawyers, this time will pass and we'll go into something else. Just the same way we've been told. Our forefathers, there are those who are excited about fire, agrarian revolution and all those. Those were epochs, eras, time in history. And I think, and I want to submit to us, that we are now at that epoch era, that time where we have to take off with AI. And so as I give you my final word, as I proceed, is this. You either change or change will change you. If you are in a law firm and you don't want to embrace AI, then you are in the wrong place. If you are in the judiciary and you don't want to embrace AI, then you are in the wrong place. And I want to say this across this house, because I'm talking to my professional colleagues. We must embrace AI. But we don't embrace it blindly, and that's what I want to speak to. So AI basically is a machine-based system that for explicit or implicit objectives will infer from the input it receives. I want you to get the words. The input that it receives. How to generate that input. Then it gives predictive content and recommendations or decisions that can influence your environment. The key word is it is a machine-based system that receives input. It is AI, artificial intelligence. What is the converse of artificial intelligence? Human intelligence, isn't it? So it is just artificial intelligence. You leave it at that. And if you want to remain a robot, if you want your law firm, your practice to remain a robot, then go and use AI without putting your human intelligence. Show me a useless lawyer, and I'll show you the one who uses artificial intelligence as it is. And that is AI. And we must accept that with the arrival of AI, we've had a lot of our work as lawyers made easy. We have a lot of our legal routine work made easy. Our legal research has been made easy, isn't it? Our work has been made easy. Document reviews and examination has been made easy. We've had predictive analytics coming up. You are able to ask AI to help you analyze a document, and what you would have done in 1 week, you do it in 1 hour. So the legal profession is undergoing a monumental change. And I know a number of law firms that embraced AI, not yesterday, but a while back, are going that route. Unfortunately, as we embrace AI, some have mistakenly decided to fire or sack staff. So that is a folly of not understanding what AI is all about. They have sacked staff, and so you end up having AI doing your work, and for that matter, doing zero work for you. And I'll explain. So in terms of AI and legal task, you know very well, we use it in legal research. We can scan thousands of judicial precedents and statutes in seconds. But I'll tell you the caveat there. You know, when I joined the Court of Appeal as a judge, my first shock was that a very simple matter, a simple application. You know, lawyers, what are we called out there, lawyers? You are called sharks. Sharks. So a simple application, a lawyer has billed the client 1 million shillings. I didn't say you don't bill. I've just said a lawyer has billed the client 1 million shillings. A very simple application. It takes 3, 4, 5 minutes. It comes to write, for you to draft for them an affidavit. You will write a 10-page affidavit, and you will be paid 2,000 shillings. The same thing. Yours truly will write a 5-line affidavit, and it will be paid 5,000 shillings. The difference. So I looked at these documents, and you have to read them. So the whole night you are reading, then you come in the morning and counsel appear before you, and the first thing they are asking is adjournment, and you feel like you'll swallow them. But AI has made that easier. You can comb through. Document generation. We use AI to produce initial drafts, both in contracts, briefs, pleadings, submissions, and all that. The only mistake is that some of us use AI and we come with it in court as it is. Probably usiku ulikuwa unachunga, you've called it what? Manyata. So in the morning you call that pupil, letter your file kotini. And they bring the file. Of course, they used AI to prepare the brief, and you bring it. And I'm telling colleagues, what I'm telling is not a story, it is correct. Because I've seen counsel, not only counsel, but senior counsel, coming and citing an authority that is not existing. That is not in South Africa, it's in Nairobi, Kenya. So that I can't mention names. Why? Not that the council is daft. They used what? AI. So document generation. How many of you colleagues, clients have come to you, they want an agreement or whatever, and you prepare, that time they've already done theirs with AI. You send it to them and they tell you, but this is just a copy. It's just copied what I already have. So they want you to charge something small for the signature. I don't know if they've had that. So we use it to generate initial documents and routine filings. Contract analysis. We use AI for contract analysis. We use AI for e-discovery, organizing and sorting out massive volumes of electronically stored data. We use AI for predictive analysis. It's helping us assess judicial trends, jurisdictional bias, and likely case of outcomes. And so you can see AI has come to make our work easy. So we have faster legal research, we have automated the review of documents, we have reduced error in terms of spelling and all that. We have more cost-effective services. Because what you do for 1 week, you can do it within an hour, and you send your fee note. And so AI makes it easy for us. Come to the courtroom. We use AI in courtroom, and even some of you I know, you use AI for litigation strategy, isn't it? Yeah, we use it. So it makes our work easy. We use AI for, of course, for purposes of running our offices. You know, there are offices that have modeled their law firms, their business models. You've modeled your, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, your business model in your law firm is guided by AI. And so AI has really helped us. We are using AI in legal education and training. But that, you know, for those who went to school during our years, and my classmate, Professor Njaramba, I've seen him somewhere there. I don't know whether you had these lecturers. Prof is not you. But remember, we had these lecturers who would come to teach. And actually what they were using to teach were the notes they were taught with. In fact, they were turning brown, yellow. You saw that? I thought my eyes were the only ones. But now, AI has made it easier for us. Are we together? That you are able to use AI for legal education and legal training. AI plays a critical role in access to justice. And we can see, of course, AI is doing a lot of work, bringing legal assistance on board. We are using things like ChatGPT and all that, just to drive issues and instrument of justice. I mean, AI, colleagues, is taking over our work as lawyers. But that is not what it is supposed to be, as I'll be concluding. Because AI is just AI, artificial intelligence. Its work, it's limited. It cannot replace you, the lawyer, the profession. So what do I expect you as lawyers? And I'm doing my final takeaways. You know, when Faith arises me like this, I'll wait for her. I know where. Yeah, but I'm trying. So, for lawyers, as we use AI, I want to say this. One, use AI, but don't understand the technology itself. Understand the AI limitations. As you use AI, what are the limitations? Don't bother about CoCounsel, I don't know, ChatGPT, don't bother. Wamekupatia hizo, they are already available. But understand, when I'm using AI to prepare my submissions, what are the limitations? The limitations are these, colleagues, that AI will only give you what it has been fed. It will not give you anything outside that. So when you write a submission and you tell me, in the case of X versus Y unreported, when you know that you are lying, it's wrong. Professionally, it's wrong. So number one, as you use AI, understand AI's limitations. Number two, as you use AI, we must maintain confidentiality, colleagues. Remember, you are not the one in control of the tool. The person in control of that tool is Elon Musk, somewhere in some world away. So who told you that they are not accessing your information? They do, isn't it? And so, what you should be concerned with as you use AI is confidentiality. As a duty of an advocate, remember you are under a duty to maintain confidentiality, which is a fundamental ethical obligation for us lawyers, even for us judges. That is fundamental. Can you imagine the way we work in the Court of Appeal, for example? We are a bench, and so you generate your draft. Can you imagine if you are using AI, and before you even discuss that judgment, the draft, AI already has it. It's circulating in the social media. Are some of you in some of these WhatsApp groups? You're in some of these WhatsApp groups. In those groups, I'm sure you must have one or two people whose work is competing on posting the latest information. Do you have such people? And sometimes they post at 4 a.m., so you wonder, do they have families? They are competing. I mean, you find an impeachment is going on tomorrow, and someone in that group has already posted a stamped document that the clerk has stamped is being posted, is being tabled before the House in the afternoon. You saw those ones. So your biggest concern, colleagues, as you use AI as lawyers, confidentiality. Number three, as you use AI, please supervise and delegate appropriately. Supervise and delegate appropriately. Don't just tell your team. My brother Juana, commissioner, you know, he was my student. No, I mean mtu wa nguvu. I mean, when you are supervising the staff, don't just give them work to do. We are in a generation that we want everything instant. Instant coffee, instant tea, instant love, instant results. But it is upon you, counsel, supervise and delegate appropriately for you to have the successful use of AI. Number four, Faith, I'm winding up. Communicate with the clients. If you are using AI, there is an amount of disclosure that you need to inform your client, because you communicate with them. Because that affects the quality of service, the competence. It will bring your competence into question. Consciousness, diligence, and all that. So communicate to your clients. As you use AI, colleagues, charge appropriate fees and disbursements. I know we have a what? A remuneration order. Don't go below the remuneration order, but be rational. That is the only way you use AI. Lastly, when you use AI, guard against discrimination, harassment, and bias. AI hallucinates every now and then. That's why it will tell you strange things that you have never seen. Okay? So you must be very, very, very careful. Comply with the law when you're using AI. We have a law. We may not have a law directly dealing with AI, but we have a law to deal with copyright. You have the law to deal with data information, data protection, and all that. I hope you are aware 2 or so weeks ago, one of our in Kenya, our copyright board or tribunal ruled that someone who had developed something with using AI, they didn't have the copyright, isn't it? Last week, a judge in Hong Kong, she was barely 45 years. The retirement in Hong Kong for judges is 70 years. She was forced to resign or retire early because 90% of her judgments were AI generated. 90% of the judgment. I'm sure about 3 or 4, 5 months ago, you saw, I think, one of these accounting firms, they were forced to pay huge damages because they had prepared an accounting report for the client and charged exorbitant fees. The clients went to court, and the court said, you must pay damages. These international accounting firms. In UK, right now, there are cases AI can handle and conclude, but only up to a given point. I think cases of up to 5,000 sterling pounds. And so, as we do all this, colleagues, let us make sure that we comply with the law. And as we finalize, remember, the work of AI, the information is never accurate. And that's why down there, ChatGPT will tell you, whatever I've given you here, we are not responsible. So you must go back and look at it. Information accuracy. Confidentiality, look at it. Privacy, look at it. Copyright and intellectual property, look at it. Well, as we move forward, colleagues, what I need to say is that as AI comes into being, the legal world is changing. It's unavoidable. It's revolutionary. Indeed, the future of AI the future of legal practice does not depend on AI, but it lies in human-machine collaboration. And so I'm saying AI will not take your jobs, but you must be ready to collaborate with the machine so that we do our professional work in a manner that obeys the law. So as we move forward, Mr. President, I think it is time that the Law Society must come up with some guidelines on how we use AI in practice before we are caught off guard. You remember a high court in Kenya has thrown out pleadings because they were AI generated 100%. Please, don't allow your cranium to die. Don't surrender your cranium to the machine. AI is there to facilitate you, but you are the one who does the final assignment. AI will not take our work. Stand up, do your work professionally, and AI will facilitate you, will enhance your efficiency, and will make you a better lawyer. Thank you so much.